Hello, my name is Erica Stafford. For my first year at my placement, my general placement for this year in the social work field, I was an intern at a foster care and adoption agency, which was very interesting and informative because I've never been exposed to children in that particular um, social setting in regards to what it is to be adopted and or being placed into foster care due to numerous different reasons that just depends on a case by case basis. Um, and my most recent job right now, my job title is that I'm a bilingual bridal consultant and sales associate at Bed Bath Beyond. It's definitely a switch up in regards to being a social work student and intern for 8 months, and then also working full time as um, retail um, a retail professional. So it was definitely an experience to say the least. Um, my experience while being at that placement with families was that I was a child profiler. So, with me being a child profiler, I was to document all necessary information in regards to the child's demographics, the description of the child, the child's family, their birth family, along with their foster or resource family, what they're doing currently, whether they're enrolled in school, if they're attending any type of therapy to help them with any type of traumas they have been experiencing. It was definitely a very structured placement. I was exposed to very few families in regards to connecting. That was because of the fact that my task managers and my supervisor were they were in the office a lot in regards to their caseload. So I only shadowed towards the end of my placement and saw different families in regards to different children, whether they be young children from the ages of 0 to 5 or from ages from 6 to 12. I didn't see any teenagers or preteens as far as like until the age of 12. So that was a dynamic of a family that normally a lot of the families were friendly. They were definitely, they communicated a lot in regards to the development of their children. I learned a lot in regards to how a social worker communicates and documents what is going on with the child during their home visits, safety checks. So they definitely did supervision, visitations. So I had small increments of exposure to different families, depending on whether the family was comfortable with having an intern around. So the structure of the family system that I was raised in, it was a very nuclear family. My mom, my dad, my brother, myself. My mom and my dad had split when I was 14. My father remarried when I was 23. My mother has not remarried, does have a significant other. My brother is currently engaged. My stepsister has 2 children. I am currently the only one having the drive for a better education. So we definitely have a different type of a structure than what I'm used to. You could say it is a blended family. I mean, my mother is from South America, so I am half American and half South American. My mom is Peruvian. I am a first generation Hispanic from my mom's side. So our structure is very different than what I'm used to the um, normal, as we would say, family that is still together, raises their kids, same house, same home, no bouncing around from different homes. So it's been interesting as an adult seeing my father remarried, my mother and my father still being friends, and me developing a new type of a relationship with them as a growing adult. Um, One of the roles that I play in my family is definitely a mentor to both my sister and my brother, being wanting to be an educator, wanting to do public service. I definitely have impacted many different people, but as far as the impact that I had with my clients, I have felt that I had a very small impact because of my personality, and because of the way that I was brought up. I was very professional. I dressed appropriately. I definitely was. I did my research and understood what the family was going through first and foremost by reading their files, by reading their case, by talking to the caseworker, making sure that I was in the boundaries that I needed to be in regards to communicating with them to obtain information for the child profiles. So it was definitely a learning experience in regards to a very structured placement. As I said before, it was more of a documentation of what families were progressing in their foster care and adoption process, opposed to assisting and providing interventions and or therapeutic treatments. So I'm still learning. I'm still being exposed to many different things while connecting in the different networks that I have been a part of. So it's definitely been a slow and progressive experience while being in school. Any burning questions that I have in regards to family work? At this time, I really don't have many questions. I'm really just a sponge looking to soak up as much information as I can to be able to progress forward positively as a professional in the social work field. So as far as questions, I know that if I do have questions, I definitely have my peers to look out to and reach out to and ask different questions to in regards to having peer suggestions or professionally confiding in them in regards to professional questions and things of that nature. But at this time, I don't have any questions. I definitely have learned a lot in this past year. And I hope to continue in that momentum in regards to progressively becoming a better social worker as I near the end of this year and move into my clinical placement. I look forward to having class with everybody, and I hope that everybody has a good semester.